Good afternoon, everybody. Time to do a little video update. This is Sunday, December 20th. This will be the early afternoon update, probably the only one I'm able to get out for today. If you're dreaming of a white Christmas, is that dream now a pipe dream? That's kind of the focus we're looking at. Model runs still all over the place, and as a result, can't say it's a pipe dream still. It's still a lot up in the air, a lot of unanswered questions. Really, the biggest thing to focus on right now is the model variability, trying to find some semblance of consistency. And really, other than there being a big storm moving into the plains somewhere, that's about as consistent as we can get right now. All right, what we're looking at here and what I really want to focus in on with these graphics is the amazing variability from one model run to the next model run. We're going to use the GFS because that's the easiest for me to access, but this is symptomatic of all the different model runs with the storm system. There's so much chaos in the bizarre flow at high latitudes across Canada that they're all having a very difficult time trying to figure out how these interactions, these systems and different flow regimes are going to interact together. What we're going to do right now, I want to take you back to the 0Z, last night's run of the GFS for the time frame focused on Christmas Eve morning. This is 500 millibars. Notice this kind of bizarre egg-looking cutoff low that it has centered over the Missouri Ozarks. This whole pattern is completely different last night versus what we have for the same period from this morning's run. I'm just going to flip back and forth. Last night, this morning. Last night, this morning. Last night, we had an upper low diving into northwest Montana. This morning, same time frame, it's now stronger and further to the east in North Dakota. Last night, cut off low lifting, trying to punch into that ridge over southwestern Missouri. This morning, much further to the southwest over Oklahoma. The whole pattern is just fundamentally significantly different. All right, so what kind of clarity can I bring to the situation with all this model variability and all the questions? Well, really, it's very difficult. There are still way more questions than there are answers to those questions for the midweek storm. I do think it's going to be slower to evolve than the models have indicated, and the GFS is starting to trend in that direction. Overall, the only thing I'm comfortable saying right now with any sort of definity is that there was going to be a significant winter weather event somewhere in the zone I've highlighted, and that includes most of Missouri, Illinois, and anywhere north and northwest. And this would be beginning as early as Tuesday night, but really looking at Wednesday into Thursday and potentially lingering into Friday, especially since I think the blockiness of this pattern will tend to keep the system slower as it wraps up, slower to develop, and slower to mature and slower to move out. So let's break down the highlights as I've got them right now. This is the best we can do for the time being. Does look like, and I'm much more comfortable with this, starting as a cold rain late Tuesday night or early Wednesday. Pretty certain of that now. It does look like it's going to continue into the day Wednesday and into Wednesday night, and it should all be rain, a cold rain here in St. Louis. But because the system's going to be slower to mature, I really don't expect it to intensify a ton until it gets just to our south or southeast, and that will then start the process of changing things from a cold rain into more wintry weather. So at this point, let's keep the rain chances going into Wednesday night, into early Thursday, Christmas Eve day. By late in the afternoon, Christmas Eve into Christmas Eve night, a change over to sleet and then eventually wet snow late Thursday night, probably looking at some snow into early Christmas morning. And I do think there's still a plausible potential for accumulating snows in the St. Louis area late Thursday night into Christmas morning. It's just too early to tell. We have to stay tuned.